Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Quarantine Stories powered by hashtag Inam Stories. My name is Inam. My name is Inam. For people who know me, my name is Inam. For people who don't know me, my name is Inam. For people who know me or don't know me, who come in between that, my name is still Inam. Now, let's begin with the story. So today's story is about the political climate that is there in the country and that has a Muslim angle to it. Today's story is about this character called Badima and Sia at the airport launch. So I'm going to go completely into the detailing to connect how the political climate of the country is connected to this story. Okay? Now, it's pretty hot here. The title of the story is At the Airport Launch. It is written by Kiran Jamb and the story begins. Her connecting flight to London was after 6 hours. Sia was her name and she was seated in the airport lounge. She had a weird quirk. She was observing people's behavior. Everybody has an interesting way to while away their time. She was about to go to London. That was her connecting flight, but she did not get the connecting flight. She was waiting at the airport lounge. She was observing everybody. At that time, she heard a loud, agitated voice. You know, a moment where in a public place there is one lady who's shouting loudly and there's a scene. There was a scene at that place. So let's see what that scene is. And it was happening from the last 15 minutes. For the last 15 minutes, a voice had been impinging on her awareness. The raised female voice was agitated, querulous, complaining, worried. She turned her head to speak to the speaker. Who she found was a short, thin, frail old woman. Let's call her Buddy B. She was speaking in Urdu and people around her were not paying any attention to her, perhaps because they could not understand her language. So her name is Buddy B and she was 70 years old and she was frail, she was thin and she was talking completely. She was irritating every single person with her voice that she was saying because she was in trouble. From the past 15 minutes she has been speaking to everybody, but people are not understanding her voice or language. What to do? Shall we see? Sia started listening to Buddy B and understood that some airport porter had cheated her off from her mobile phone. Sia got up, crossed the two intervening rows and reached her. She sat next to her and started asking questions as to what exactly had happened. Instead of telling Sia about the incident, she started saying, मेरा एक बेटा है, उन्हें कनाडा में है, अभी एक बेटा ऑस्ट्रेलिया में है, तीसरा बेटा सबसे छोटा बेटा मेरा उन्हें यहाँ दुबई में है, उन्हें मैं जाकर ड्रॉप कर जैसे दोहा एयरपोर्ट लॉन्च को मैं बीए करता हूँ. I very old BA even, but this situation I don't know what to do. It is very irritating. This should not happen. These people are, I cannot believe, she said. Her hands were trembling as she pointed to the red velvet drawstring pouch that she was carrying. So she told Sia that she had a pouch and she continued with the story. He said, Amma, you need Xerox copies of your papers. Give it to me. I will go get them. And he went. And I sat here, right at this place I sat. He came here only in front of me and he told me. He was wearing that badge also of that airport. And he went, it's been 2 hours. From 2 hours I've been sitting here. I don't know what to do. My nephew has told me not to go anywhere. I was told to be at this place. I don't know what to do. Let's see. After Buddy B expresses her feelings, let's see what she says. She paused to take a breath. There were tears in her voice of anger, disbelief and puzzlement. ईमान खराब हो गया आजकल, नौजवाना का बाढ़ खवा मेरा फोन ले लग भाग गाँव ने, उसे अल्लाह देखता, सब लोगों को अल्लाह देखता। मैं देख लेती हूँ मैं क्या विश नहीं कर रही, मैं किसका बुरा कर रही, पंडित को पूरा बुरा होता था। अल्लाह 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 मदद करना मेरी, said Buddy B, to which Sia responded while nodding, understanding her story about where she's coming from, also knowing what needs to be done about the situation. So let's see what Sia does. Gradually, Sia gathered that Buddy B was from Karachi and her nephew Ali was coming from Hyderabad, was going to meet her in the airport. They lived near a hotel, and some more details about their ancestral properties came forward in her ramblings. The central idea was that the nephew had told her to stay in the airport and not to go out. She kept on giving Sia her family history, medical history, all the history that was available. All the time, Sia was nodding out of helplessness, born out of politeness instilled in her. So, Ali was from Hyderabad, and Ali is Buddy B's nephew. So from Hyderabad, he had to come to Doha Airport Lounge. And Buddy B, who's from Karachi, Pakistan, had come to Doha, had come to Dubai to live with her youngest son, and he dropped her off to the airport. And she entered at the lounge, and her phone was stolen, and she's stuck at that place because her nephew Ali had told her to be at the Doha Airport Lounge. This is the entire confusion. What needs to be done now? The mobile phone is lost. How is Ali going to be connecting to Buddy B? Is the question that ran in Sia's mind. How do we get Buddy B to the place where she has to be? Pondered Sia. As let's see what Sia does. Sia called the airport attendants. They turned out to be from Ceylon. Do you know Ceylon is actually Sri Lanka? So they knew Hindi, I guess. They had working knowledge of Hindi. Together they prompted Buddy B to tell her destination. अमेरिका जा रही हूँ मैं, said Buddy B. And she told about the double passports that she possessed. She also mentioned that her eldest son, who's living in America, is a doctor. And the nephew, who's from Hyderabad, and her, both together, were going to the eldest son's house. So, that was the entire plan for Buddy B. What happens next? The attendant wanted her to go with him to make a formal complaint, but she was not ready to bust from her seat. Her nephew had asked her to stay in the airport, so she was not going to move. Sia tried to explain that the airport was very big, that it would be impossible for her nephew to locate her. So Sia was telling Buddy B, अम्मा जी समझ जाइए कि आपका जो भांजा है, नेफ्यू है, वो आएगा एयरपोर्ट को, बट वो आकर आपको कॉल नहीं कर सकता बड़ी बी, अम्मा जी, क्योंकि आपका फ़ोन चोरी हो गया है, इसीलिए आपको जाकर कंप्लेंट करना है. बट बड़ी बी वाज लाइक, मैं नहीं उठती, मुझे आली बोल को है, मैं यहाँ से नहीं उठती, मेरा फ़ोन भी चला गया, नहीं होता, मुझे तो नहीं होता, मुझे टेंशन हो रहा. This was the feel that Buddy B was in. No, he had told me he would find me, said Buddy B. Okay. Sia replied. But then, he was counting on your mobile, Ammaji, and you do not have it. Something within got ticked off of Buddy B. And she said, "Hey, बहन, तो मेरा पाउच चेक करो. वहाँ तुम्हारा फ़ोन मिलता, मेरा फ़ोन मिलता, ज़रूर मिलता, उसके बाद अली को कॉल करेंगे, उसके बाद मैं जाती हूँ, तो मैं फ़ोन पे चेक करो। नहीं अम्मा जी नहीं होता, नहीं चेक करो, तुम्हें मेरे से बात तक करो, तो बहन तुम्हें, बहन मैं बोल रही हूँ, नहीं तुम्हें चेक करो। नहीं अम्मा जी, मैं बात करो। Said okay, so let's see what Sia does next. The vain part in Sia's personality silently protested the address Behin. So Sia did not like that, she's been calling her as Behin, because this lady was already decades older than Sia. Sia was around 30 plus, and this lady, Buddy B, was in her 70s, and Sia was wondering, what? You're calling me Behin? What? I'm not Behin. So that was running in her mind, and also the tone in which Buddy B spoke to her just now irked her, because she was trying to help and this lady is just irritating her a lot. So let's see what Sia did. The airport assistants came in and asked her, Amma ji, आपके nephew का नाम क्या है? Said, Ali. She said, Ali. Amma ji क्या बोले? Ali. Okay, Ali. So they took out their walkie-talkies. Ali, call for Ali. Ali. Call announcements. All the announcements. Call for Ali. They announced in the loudspeakers in the airport. To which Sia thought, how can announcements are done in airport through the loudspeakers, but so many people are there. How would a person get to know? If I am Ali, I would not be concentrating on the announcement that are coming out, or it will not be clear. So there was a bleak possibility of this happening. Until then, so Sia was thinking 10 minutes had passed. There was an airport porter who had come in with a vehicle towards the place where all of them were standing, and the person said, Ali has sent me Amma ji. To which Amma ji, Buddy B, was very ecstatic. Let's see what she says. अल्लाह तुम्हारा भला करो, अल्लाह तुम्हारा भला करो, मुझे मालूम होगा था, मुझे अल्लाह. So she blessed everybody. She thanked everybody, but she forgot to thank Sia in that moment. And she sat on the port where the vehicle took her off to the boarding pass, the boarding place of America at the Doha airport lounge. And Sia was wondering, and she wanted to know more about what is happening. So she was speaking to the attendant. So let's see what she's speaking. She asked the assistants, how did you find Ali so quickly? We did not, at least this way. She will be on the gate of a flight to America. It is common sense that Ali will come to board the plane to that gate. Now whether she boards the plane or not, she will be there when the last call is made. They exchanged smiles. We just called a mate of ours to come and pretend that Ali had sent him. If she had stayed there in the lounge while the flight left, we, the staff, would have been in big problem. We will notify the office about the theft, but we doubt that her mobile will be received by her. And it will be found in time or not, we don't know. Their handling of the problem was appreciable, thought Sia. As Sia was boarding to her flight, she thought, what happened to that Behin from Karachi? What happened to that young porter who had stolen the phone? This was the moment that Sia was thinking as she went on. And this comes the story at an end. Now, this story has a similar kind of a situation with the current political climate. So the need of the moment right now is to be safe and make sure your loved ones are safe, and make sure we move towards a place where it's safe for all of us. Stay strong, stay safe. My name is Anam. This has been episode 6 of the Quarantine Stories. The title of the story is At the Airport Lounge. Written by Kiran Jam, and the website is tellatale.com, and my name is Inam. I am the storyteller, and I have to see you again. Bye bye. Where is the flight? The flight has to take off. Vroom, vroom, vroom.